Israelis and the President of Egypt that the crossing would be open. The highway had to be repaved because it was very bad shape. And I believe that within the next 24 to 48 hours, the first 20 trucks will come across with it. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Everyone's got to keep moving. Everyone's moving this way.
Break down. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Everyone's moving out this way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sir.
This way. This way. Thank you.
Everyone in? Yes, sir. All right. Welcome. Madam President, Mr. President, it's great to see you both again. And our last summit, we committed to revitalizing the partnership between the EU and the United States. And over the last 2 years, we made good on that commitment, I think. And we stood together to support the brave people of Ukraine in the face of Putin's aggression. And we stood together to tackle the economic challenges and establish standards to guide our relationship with China. And we're standing together now to support Israel in the wake of Hamas's appalling terrorist attack. And I just think that it's been one of the great pleasures of my presidency to be able to work with both of you. I mean that sincerely. This morning, we're going to discuss the situation on both the ground of both Israel and Ukraine. And we look forward to discussing how we're going to continue to seize the full potential of our partnership, including working together to drive the clean energy transition, to address unfairly traded steel and aluminum imports, to advance progress on critical minerals negotiations it's undergoing, and to manage a problem that also has a lot of promise as much as risk, artificial intelligence. And so I want to thank you both for being here and for your unwavering commitment to our partnership. And President Michel, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, dear President. Thank you for your warm welcome. The EU and US, we share a special bond. We are more than close allies. We are close friends. And I remember when you visited Brussels, you told us the moving story of your uncle Frank who served at the Battle of the Bulge in Belgium. And I have also a personal story. My grandfather raised me with a strong admiration for your country, for the United States, and for the sacrifices your young men and women made to liberate our part of Belgium. Today, the world faces enormous challenges, and today more than ever, the world needs a strong EU-US alliance to tackle these challenges. The conflict in the Middle East is a tragedy. So much suffering, so many heartbreaking images. I would like to thank you for your personal involvement, traveling to the region and working to have a positive influence. We condemn the Hamas and its terrorist attack against Israel. Israel has the right to defend itself, and that must be done in line with international and humanitarian law. We'll continue working day and night to help the most vulnerable in Palestine with their urgent needs and to foster the conditions to relaunch the peace process based on a two-state solution. The EU was born as a peace project, so we continue to work tirelessly to help end the cycle of violence. On European soil, Russia continues to rain missiles down on the people of Ukraine and will stay focused on our strong support for the Ukrainian people, and we are grateful for America's support for Ukraine. The EU, with our member states, we have provided over 82 billion euros of support, and the strong backing will continue for as long as it takes. Finally, the EU and US, we are forging a united front to tackle all these challenges head-on. Working together and supporting each other is in our mutual interest, and it is good for the world. That's why we are working in the EU to try to build robust economies underpinned by robust industries that can prosper in a level playing field that we both value. The EU and US, we have a powerful trade relationship, and sometimes we have our differences, but that's why we are here to cooperate, to find solutions that work for businesses and workers on both sides of the Atlantic. So we have a lot to discuss. We'll do it honestly, like good friends do. Thank you.
We always have. And by the way, I told you about my uncle who won the Purple Heart, the Battle of the Bulge, and my father's younger brother. My father came to me after I was a senator, and he said, you know, his brother's name was Frank. And he said, you know, Uncle Frank never got his Purple Heart. I think you could find out about that. I was a senator, so I found out, and sure enough, he did, so I got a Purple Heart for him. I invited him over to the house of the family to give it to him. He said, I don't want the damn thing. And I said, why? He said, the others died. I didn't. I don't want it. And an awful lot of brave people died as well there. Ursula, Madam President, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Speaking of personal transatlantic bonds, my great-grandmother came from South Carolina, and she moved the other way around to Germany
You
and
all
married
came here.
my
I tried to talk down there.
married my great-grandfather. And to make a longer story short, today I am the proud mother of 2 American citizens. And as those citizens, American citizens, have already children again, I'm also the proud grandmother of 1 American citizen. So we have a lot of personal bonds that are transatlantic. Mr. President, I want to thank you for your remarkable visit to Israel. It is important to show solidarity with Israel, victim of the worst attack since the Shoah. Israel has the right to self-defense in line with humanitarian law. I was in Israel too, exactly 1 week ago. I went to the kibbutz Kfar Aza. What I saw was barbaric. The impact on the Israeli society cannot be emphasized enough. We stand with Israel and against terror. At the same time, Palestinians also suffer from Hamas terroristic actions. As we have both said, Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people. The United States and the European Union are both significantly increasing their humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza. This is crucial in view of their suffering. And we must also work actively to prevent regional escalation. I'm particularly concerned about Iran and its proxies. We have all seen the incidents involving missiles and drones from Yemen, potentially targeting Israel. No one should take advantage of this situation. And let me also stress, the events in the Middle East will not distract us from our rock-solid support to Ukraine. We have already provided assistance worth almost $90 billion to Ukraine. This includes financial support to keep the state and the economy running, military equipment, humanitarian aid, and support for 4 million refugees. In the next 4 years, we aim to provide another 50 billion euros. Important is for Ukraine to have predictability. We are also making sure through our joint actions that Russia's ability to wage war is hampered as much as possible, and that those responsible are held accountable. Putin will ultimately fail. He is running Russia into the ground. These conflicts show democracies must stand together. This is also true when it comes to other big challenges like fighting climate change, fostering smart investment in emerging economies, or upholding our rules-based international order. So I'm very happy to be here today to discuss all these topics with our friends, the United States.
We're happy to have you, all of you. Thanks, Chris.
Mr. President, what is happening to the trucks for Gaza? Are you
so much. We're all staying out this way. Thank
What'd
you
you make of that,
guys.
Mr. President?
Mr. President,
What do you make of that?
I'll answer that one question and then say goodbye to all of you. I believe you'll see that I got a commitment from the Israelis and the President of Egypt that the crossing would be open. The highway had to be repaved because it was very bad shape. And I believe that within the next 24 to 48 hours, the first 20 trucks will come across with aid. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Everyone's got to keep moving this way. Everyone's moving this way.
Break down.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you so much. Everyone's moving this way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.